Okay. So from today, we going to start the CSS part. So in CSS already we had studied a lot of things during the starting of the class itself. So I'm not thinking it will be getting complicated. Okay. So one thing we have to is clear regarding the writing of the CSS. So during the class, I will follow means mostly like if possible, we can go with the external. Otherwise, I can write in internal as well. It's not its own. But when you creating the assignment or while practicing or while like project in the real time, you have to always, most of the time, means 99%, you have to follow the external CSS. You not have to go with the internal or inline CSS. Okay. So from starting itself, try to make a habit of writing the CSS externally. But during the class, it's difficult to write each time external CSS. That's why I will go internal or external, whatever will be possible that time. Okay. So let's start from the first class. So what means CSS? CSS in the sense cascading style sheet. Okay. So CSS is the language we use to style the HTML document. CSS describes how HTML elements should be displayed. Means HTML was creating the content, but CSS is going to make the design for that particular content. So this tutorial will teach you the CSS from this one. Okay. So what is CSS? CSS is for the style of the web pages. CSS stands for cascading style sheet. Okay, you have to know the form definition of this one because sometime in interview maybe they can ask. CSS describes how the HTML elements are to be displayed on the screen, paper, or in other media. Means if we created any web page, then how it will be look in mobile view, in desktop view. That is possible with the help of the CSS. So CSS saves a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple web page all at once. Okay. So it's going to manage your content. It's going to save a lot of time in designing part also we can tell. So external style sheets are stored in the CSS file. So already we know that if you're writing the CSS in external file, you have to make the file extension with .css. Otherwise, when you're writing CSS in internal or inline, you have to use either a style tag or a style attribute. Okay, one quick question. When we will write a style attribute, in which CSS?
In inline CSS.
In inline CSS. And when we will write a style tag?
Internal.
Internal. Okay. So you have to be clear regarding these all, because the thing is that just one word getting changed, attribute or tag, complete story will get changed. Okay. So you have to be conscious regarding these all things. Okay. So this thing. Next, CSS demo one is let it be. So how we had created the design, we already know that with the help of that tag. Suppose you want to apply the CSS on complete body. Let's say write content. So let's write that. So always we will write the HTML using the div section or means we have to make container and then we will write. Already we had seen how to write the HTML. So now we will not go and see that what is a div and h1 tag, these all things, this completed. Let's write some paragraph as well. Make it paragraph as well. Okay. So if you want to apply the CSS for this body part, means this content, what we can do? Now, if you want to split the screen in two sections, what you can do? You have this option right side. You can click this. This screen will get divided into two parts. One side you can keep HTML, one side you can keep another file. If you want one more, just you can click this, a split. Okay. So what I want first more to apply the CSS for the complete body. Okay. So complete body in the sense we will write on body tag. And we can go with background color as aqua. Let's say. So we got the CSS on the complete. Next, I want div part. Let's apply div. And then what we want? No need of a div. Okay, let it to be div as well. So background color we can write and we can write the red. Let's save. So we got the CSS for the complete that div area. Okay. Now I want for the h1 tag. What we can do? We can write h1 and we can write our style as well. So on h1, I want a text color. So already know that text color will come with the help of the color property. So backside is red, go with the some different color. Fine. Next, for the p tag, so we can go with the p tag. So p, and then okay, I will do now one thing. I will make some class as well. So let's add some class in the p or id, anything we can. And here I want text hyphen color hyphen white. Okay. So this is my class. So with the help of this class, I will try to add the CSS and color I want as, let's say write this itself. Okay. So now what happened? So we had added the CSS with how many tags on complete body section. Then we added the CSS on the div. Then we added for one tag, and then we added the CSS based on the class. Okay. Similarly, we can do with the help or based on the ID as well. So like that type, we can apply our CSS. So CSS solved a big problem. So how to add the class means how to apply the CSS over tag or complete section, complete body, these all things. So CSS rule consists of a selector and a declaration block. Now we got a new term that is selector. What means selector? Selector means here we applied the CSS. Here you can see one thing. We had applied this background color aqua on body. What means this body? Next, we applied here background color as red. What means this div? Then here we applied color. What means this h1? And then here we applied the color something on the class. What means this class? So these all are selector. Means this body is selector, div is selector, h1 is selector, this class, this is selector. Selector in the sense for selecting the particular tag or element, whatever you can tell, means targeting the element. So here with the help of this body tag, we had targeted the body element, body tag completely. Similarly, we have a class here. So with the help of a class, we had targeted our that wherever that class is available, we had targeted that particular tag. where this class will be available. So this class is available. So it will search in the HTML that where this class is available, and that CSS will be get affected on that particular class. But sorry, particular tag where this class will be available. Clear? So this is the selector. In the sense, with the help of selector, we can target HTML element and we can apply CSS, or when we will move in JavaScript, we will see that how we can do some other activity on that particular tag as well. Selector से क्या हो रहा है, आप HTML element को target करते हैं, चाहे तो वो CSS में हो चाहे JavaScript में. CSS में क्या कर रहे हैं कि वो एलिमेंट हमें टारगेट करके उसमें CSS अप्लाई कर रहे हैं. बट जब जावास्क्रिप्ट में जाते हैं तो वहां पे भी हम कुछ काम करेंगे, बट वो भी किसके हेल्प से, सेलेक्टर के हेल्प से. तो ये हुआ आपका सेलेक्टर. समझ में आया? तो अभी तक हम लोग सेलेक्टर कितने प्रकार का देखें. तो एक सेलेक्टर मिला जो बॉडी है, ठीक है. दूसरा सेलेक्टर जो है वो कौन है, क्लास है. तीसरा सेलेक्टर कौन है, आईडी. राइट हियर आईडी and title, title. Let's save and apply the CSS. How to apply? We can add this hash title title, and then we can go with like, just I will apply some different CSS. Border 2 pixel solid green. Clear? So we got 3 selector, tag, ID, class. Any dot? Tell me.
No, sir.
Clear? Okay. So now let's go. So CSS syntax already understand. So if we have p tag, then how we will apply the CSS, that we seen. If you have suppose ID or class, then how we can, that already be seen. Now there are 3 ways to insert the CSS, that is external, internal, and inline. We already had gone deeper in the HTML itself, so we will not go here much more deep. Just we will go overview. So internal CSS, we writing CSS with the style tag. Inline CSS, we writing CSS with a style attribute. Fine. So external CSS, already know that we can create one separate and we can find out. Next, what is the issue here? Note, do not add a space between the property and value and unit. What? So we got here new term, property, value, and unit. It means that what means property and what means value. So property you can see here, like here you have background color. Okay, so this is the property, and property value means this aqua color. Means whatever we will write here, these all will be comes under the property. So property and value is this one. And when you're writing unit, so suppose 2 pixel, don't add a space like this. This is wrong. Let's see whether it's working or not. You can see it's not working because this is wrong. So we always have to take care of this thing. You will not add any external space. Even you can see here with the colon. Here a space is not available after the border and colon, means between the border and colon. If you will put this, it will work. But we will not write the additional space. Okay, so we have to take care these all point, because these are minor thing, but we are doing mistake. So margin, then internal CSS, already we know that how to write internal. Then inline CSS, that's along the tag itself. So multiple style set. Now come to this point. So suppose right now we created, we have only one set. We have only one style set. Now I will create one more style set. .css, and I will add this to CSS, not in this, we will write in 2.css. And see what I done. I have one CSS here. Let me explain this as well. Yeah, now you can see we have 1.css, we have 2.css, But here text color white and a title border, this is not available in the 1.css. This is available in 2.css. But here we had added only one CSS file. Let's see the output. What we get on output? Border is not there, correct? And even this color, text color white, because we had not added that extra second CSS file. So what we have to do, we will copy this line and we will paste. Means we will add our another CSS file. Now you can see, you got the effect. Means when we have multiple CSS file, we not have to do anything. We will simply add those all CSS file line by line. If you have any another CSS, you will write again that one. Got it? One thing you have to take care that CSS will override the effect as well. If you applied some line of some color or some CSS property on one tag, and on same tag we applied again some CSS, that will be create issue. Like अगर आपने लाइन नंबर h1 टैग है, उस पे आपने कोई CSS लिख दिया और फिर सेम CSS उसी प्रॉपर्टी पे हम लिख रहे हैं, लेकिन उसका वैल्यू जो है वो चेंज है, वो ओवरराइड कर जाएगा. देखते हैं इसका मतलब क्या हो रहा है. तो क्लियरिटी के लिए हम लोग यही लिख लेते हैं. तो यहाँ पे हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, अभी आपके पास h1 with h1 we have right now some CSS. Let's write some CSS. This is ID. So color I added as blue. So we got the blue color. Now let's take let it to be title except no issue. Take some another color. What happened? That color got overridden. Previously this effect had came, but due to again the same line is going to be changed with another value. Due to that, the previous value got overridden. So same thing will happen in your external CSS as well. So what I will do now, on the same tag, we will write the CSS in everywhere. Let's see what is happening. Okay, title is already here. Let it be this one. Let's add this one here. And I will write one CSS here as well. Let's see. Title having aquamarine. Title having border. Color also give. Here also title having color. Fine. So everywhere you can see title CSS is there, means a title ID CSS available everywhere. We have blue, violet, and even we have internal as well. Okay, everywhere. Now see which color will come. What are you thinking? What will be the output? Can you tell? Let me explain. Now tell which CSS?
Internal CSS, sir.
Internal. This one. It means your opinion that we will get only aquamarine, not the blue and blue violet. Okay, let's see. And one thing, always be careful. When you make the changes, just come and reload the page. Maybe it will be not get affected with the latest change. Okay, so always refresh that. Try to refresh. So we got the aquamarine in the sense internal CSS. Let's comment this line. Now tell which CSS.
On second CSS.
2.css.
Yes, sir.
Second CSS, sir.
Second in the sense 2.css. So 2.css having blue violet. Let's see. So we got the blue violet. Why? Because what happened? Complete process. Line by line code execution had started. When it reached this link, okay, 1.css, it's taken that CSS, whatever CSS is there, it executed line by line, means as it reached line number 8, it moved into this file. Means on the same time, it had not processed this one. Okay, it had stopped the execution later of the line and it had moved into 1.css. And after moving into 1.css, it got these all CSS. So it had applied the effect of these all CSS to our HTML page. And once the complete execute compilation of this complete page CSS completed, then it gone to the line number 2.css. Then again, it gone into 2.css file. Okay. And here again, it got the previous code, means whatever code is there, it's executed these all. Okay. And after completing these all process, then again came back to the next line like this type. Means सबसे पहले वो 1.css पे गया, 1.css फाइल के अंदर गया और जितना भी कोड लिखा हुआ है सबको इसने एग्जीक्यूट किया लाइन बाय लाइन, कंप्लीट किया. उसके बाद ये आया फिर से नेक्स्ट लाइन पे. नेक्स्ट लाइन कौन मिला? 2.css. अब ये जाता है 2.css के फाइल में, जितना भी कोड है सारा एग्जीक्यूट किया, तब वो आएगा नेक्स्ट लाइन पे. नेक्स्ट लाइन क्या है? स्टाइल. उसके बाद हेड का क्लोजिंग, बॉडी, इस टाइप से वो क्या हो रहा है? प्रोसेस करता है. ठीक है. तो जस्ट हमें ये देखना है कि कौन सा CSS कैसे अप्लाई हो रहा है. समझ में आ गया? सो मल्टीपल CSS जब हम अप्लाई करते हैं तो हमारा किस टाइप से इफेक्ट होगा वो हमें केयरफुली वर्क करना है. So however, if the internal CSS is defined before the link, okay, now working. So suppose now tell which line will get executed first, means what will be the output. Hello, for the title, what will be the color?
Yes, sir.
Aqua. Inline.
Aquamarine. Means
Aquamarine, sir.
aquamarine or blue or this blue violet. Which one?
Aquamarine, sir.
Aquamarine. Okay, let's see. What happened? That is not aquamarine, that is blue violet. Why?
Oh, sir. Suppose we write the after a style attribute.
Why? Just now what I told regarding the line by line execution. Okay. What happened? Code started executing from the top. It came to a style tag. It taken the effect of this aquamarine. Aquamarine applied to the CSS. After this, what happened? It got 1.css. Means it taken the again 1.css. What is there? That is blue. Correct? This CSS. Then again it moved to 2.css. Then again it got some CSS in 2.css. This color. Got it? मीन्स ऐसा नहीं है कि इंटरनल है तो वो हमेशा इंटरनल ही इफेक्टिव रहेगा. आपको ये भी देखना है कि लाइन बाय लाइन क्या चल रहा है एग्जीक्यूशन. इन लाइन इंटरनल और एक्सटर्नल CSS अगर है तो हमें ये देखना है कि लाइन बाय लाइन प्रोसेस क्या हो रहा है. ऐसा नहीं है कि इंटरनल या इनलाइन है तो हमेशा इनलाइन ही हमेशा पावरफुल रहेगा. ऐसा नहीं है. उसका हमें ये देखना है कि लाइन बाय लाइन में पहले कौन एग्जीक्यूट हुआ, सेकेंड में कौन आया. बात समझ में आ गया? इसलिए हमारा ब्लू वायलेट आ रहा है आउटपुट में, क्योंकि ये इंटरनल होते हुए भी इसके बाद फिर से CSS का लाइन लिखा हुआ है यहाँ पर, जो पीछे वाले को ओवरराइड करवा दिया. क्लियर? तो आंख बंद करके ये नहीं बताना है कि इनलाइन या इंटरनल जो भी, ये हमें देखना है कि ये क्या हो रहा होगा प्रोसेस। समझ में आ गया या नहीं?
बस सर आ गया।
ठीक है, लेकिन अगर हम नॉर्मली पे जाएं तो कैस्केडिंग ऑर्डर क्या रहेगा जनरली? तो कैस्केडिंग ऑर्डर हमारा सबसे पहले इनलाइन स्टाइल हमारा सबसे पहला मतलब हाई प्रायोरिटी पे जाएगा, क्योंकि इनलाइन सीएसएस का मतलब क्या हो रहा है, जो हमारा टैग में जा रहा है, तो इसका प्रायोरिटी सबसे ज्यादा। आप एक सीएसएस अप्लाई करके भी देख सकते हैं कि क्या हो जा रहा है प्रायोरिटी। सेकंड क्या सीएसएस है? एक्सटर्नल एंड इंटरनल। यहाँ पे देखिए, यहाँ पे इसका कोई दोनों में से हमें नहीं बताया गया है कि किसका। हो सकता है एक्सटर्नल पहले लिखा हुआ लाइन बाय कोड, अभी जो जैसे लिखा हुआ है आप देख सकते हैं, ये लाइन हमारा बाद में है, तो हमारा प्रायोरिटी कौन हो गया? इसका पहले आ गया, क्योंकि ये सीएसएस आया था लेकिन ये ओवरराइड कर दिया, तो इसीलिए एक्सटर्नल एंड इंटरनल ये दोनों हेड सेक्शन में जा रहा है, तो किसी का भी ऊपर नीचे हो सकता है। एंड नेक्स्ट जो है वो ब्राउजर डिफॉल्ट। ब्राउजर डिफॉल्ट इट मीन्स ब्राउजर भी अपना सीएसएस अप्लाई करता है, तो उसका जब आप कुछ नहीं दोगे तो ब्राउजर का आ जाएगा। ठीक है, सो क्या हो गया? What style will be used when there is more than one style specified for an HTML element? All the styles in one page will cascade into a new virtual style sheet by the following rule, where number one has the higher priority. It means inline having higher priority, which is inside the HTML element. Second priority is external and internal. It may vary. Maybe internal will be first, then external, or external, then internal. Anything will be possible. And last one is the browser default. Clear? So this is the flow. Next, so an inline style has the high priority and will override external and internal style set. So this both will get override and browser default. ठीक है, now CSS comments. CSS में comment कैसे करेंगे? तो सिंपल तरीका है, just control and slash as like HTML. But there is one difference. See, sometime in MCQ question, maybe you will get this question as well, that how to comment in HTML, how to comment in CSS, that point. So you have to take care. In HTML, the comment section is something different. Suppose I have to comment this. Let's see. Same comment option is same, control and slash, but you getting the way of commenting page will be same, but comment process will be different. Comment option here, the way in which the comment is going to be displayed, it's both are different. Like in this case, in HTML, how it will be less than exclamation hyphen. Then we will close. Okay, this is the process in HTML. In CSS, just a slash and a star mark, then again a star mark and slash, like this type. Have to keep in mind this point. Sometime in MCQ, they are asking this. Don't be get confused. So this is comment. Then already we understand how to apply the CSS, these all things. So then HTML comment, then color, already we know how to apply the color, how to apply background color. If any dot, then tell. Okay. Then text color, just a color, we will go with the color and we can get that. Next is CSS border, already we know how to apply. Next, color value. So color value, in the color, right now just we are writing like red, yellow, blue, those all things. But we can pass the color in multiple ways. So here you can see one process is of RGB, red, green, blue. That is RGB. Next is hexadecimal form with the hash. Next is HSL, hue, saturation, and L for hue, sature, RGB. Below you will get the definition. Then next we have RGBA. Next we have HSLA. So different things are there, but you can use anything. There is no restriction. Suppose when you will put cursor over this, here you can see RGB 13843 like this. Then this is hexadecimal value. Then this is HSL value. Then this is HWB value. So like this, multiple things are there. You can take anything. It's no issue. Then RGB, that is red, green, and blue. Then we have RGBA, red, green, blue, and alpha. Okay. So alpha, what is it going to do? Alpha parameter is a number between 0.0 and 1.0, means 0 to 1. It will mention regarding the transparency. No one going to ask these all things, but just you have to know. Next, CSS hexacolor. Already, if you know the digital electronics, then already maybe you will be aware regarding the hexadecimal value. So that is the case. Hexadecimal, same as decimal 0 to 255, like this or whatever is there. Next, 3-digit hex value as RGB. Then HSL color. Yeah, hue, saturation, and lightness. This value will be go in the percentage form or like that. Then HSLA, hue, saturation, lightness, and alpha. So just keep in mind the definition part itself. Okay. So this was day 1. What is there in there? Okay. So here we getting something. Resetting in CSS and normalizing in CSS. These 2 questions in interview, most of the time they are asking. What is resetting in CSS and what is normalizing in CSS? Normalizing means whatever values are available, normal value in the sense, suppose suppose you not want to apply any CSS over H1 tag. Let's say remove this. Okay, hello H2. Hello H2. What you getting in case of hello H2? Are you getting anything? So what we are observing here, hello HT is going to be bold color, correct? And after that, letter size is font size is somewhat more. Do one thing, inspect, right click and inspect. Then just see what you getting. So you can see here, H2 having this much CSS. Who had added? We had not added anything. It's by default. So here we getting display block, font size 1.5 rem. Then we have margin block start, that is 0.83 rem. Margin block end, then some CSS. Means this type, and even you can see here font weighted bold. So these are the by default CSS for H2. But so this is normalized value. But if you want to resetting the value, resetting in the sense, we have to make this value completely 0. 0 in the sense, this all value, whatever is available, we have to make it 0. We have to reset the value. So for resetting, suppose I want to reset the display value. So let's do display. You have one property, unset. Okay. So if you will do unset, so then also it's going to reset. Then you can see this bottom one, it got a strikeout. Next we have font size. Font size 1.5 em. You can make it either 0 em. You can see it's coming like 0, 1 like this, or otherwise you can do unset as well. So it's also going to reset. Then we have margin block. So whatever values we getting here, we have to reset each value. So that means resetting. Suppose font size. Sorry, font weight. Unset. You can see now. As I added unset value for font weight, it gone into the normal. But earlier it was in the bold, because here we have the property like bold. But I not want to apply this font weight value. Just do uncheck. Automatic you will get boldness there. And this by default value is going to be applied. Okay. So resetting in the sense to make the value as a 0 or initial value, whatever values are there. So whatever CSS is going to apply, we have to reset that. Second thing, normalize means by default value. So this is the thing. So this one we will continue tomorrow, day 2. We will not carry on today. So what you can do, just practice whatever we had given in the assignment part.